All right, here we are. For the past 100 days, we've been on this deep dive into the massive, kind of complicated world of artificial intelligence. So today, we're going to pull all those threads together. We're going to synthesize everything and try to answer one single crucial question.
So, after all that time, 100 days swimming in everything from neural networks to natural language processing, what's the big takeaway? If you could only remember one thing, what's that single most important idea you absolutely need to grasp about the tech that is, right now, changing everything? Okay, here it is. This is the big one. AI, it's not just another piece of tech. It's not the next smartphone. It is becoming a new form of literacy. I mean, think about it. Just like reading and writing became totally essential skills centuries ago, getting a handle on AI is basically the new literacy for right now, for the world we live in. So let's dig into why that is. First things first, to really get why this whole new literacy thing is so important, we've got to pop the hood, right? We need to understand the engine that's driving this whole revolution. And it all boils down to one key concept: machine learning. Now, don't let that term scare you off. It sounds complicated, but the core idea is actually pretty simple. Machine learning is basically about teaching a computer to learn from examples, kind of like we do, but on a scale that's just mind-boggling for a human brain. So instead of a programmer writing millions of lines of code saying, if this, then that, we feed the computer a ton of data and let it figure out the patterns on its own. So how does that actually work? How does it learn? Well, you start by just throwing massive, and I mean massive, amounts of data at it. Let's say millions of pictures of cats. The AI model just chews through all these images, tweaking itself over and over again to find the common patterns. What makes a cat a cat? The pointy ears, the whiskers, those specific eyes. And after it's seen enough, after all that training, it can look at a brand new photo it has never seen before and go, yep, that's a cat. That's real learning. And the results? They are absolutely staggering. I mean, we're not just talking about it being good. In some really specific areas, AI is now performing at superhuman levels. Seriously. We're talking about things like spotting diseases in medical scans better than a trained radiologist, or solving the ridiculously complex puzzle of protein folding, which is a total game changer for creating new medicines. This learning engine is already way beyond what a human can do in these fields. Okay, so we've got this incredibly powerful engine. But here's the thing. This isn't some sci-fi far-off future stuff. It is already here. It's running silently in the background of your life every single day. And it's gone from being this invisible force to something we pretty much can't live without. Think about it. When Netflix just knows what movie you want to watch next, that's AI. When your map app magically finds a way around a huge traffic jam, AI again. And that text you get from your bank saying, hey, was this you, saving you from fraud? You guessed it. That's an AI that has your back. And look, this isn't just a hunch. It's a hard fact. Check out this number, 77%. That's the percentage of devices we use every day that have some form of AI baked into them. Yeah, your phone, obviously, but also your car, your smart speaker, your TV. AI has basically become the quiet, invisible operating system for our lives. And that seamlessness, that invisibility, that's really the whole point. It's like this quote says, the best AI is the kind you don't even notice. You don't have to think about it. You don't have to troubleshoot it. It just works. So, okay, we get how it works, and we know it's everywhere. The big question now is, where does this all go from here? What's next? And this is where things get really interesting, because the future is just packed with these incredible possibilities, but also some really, really serious challenges. You can kind of think of the journey like this timeline. Right now, in the 2020s, we're in the age of specialized AI. These are AIs that are geniuses at one single thing, like playing chess or translating a language, but that's it. Looking ahead, the 2030s might bring us advanced reasoning, AIs that can actually solve problems across different areas. And then the big one, the holy grail, is AGI, or artificial general intelligence. That's the still theoretical idea of an AI that has the same kind of flexible general smarts that we do. And as we move towards that future, we're standing at a huge fork in the road. It's really about our relationship with this tech. Do we see AI as just a tool, a really, really powerful tool for sure, but something that's always under our control, just making us better at what we do? Or does it become something more like a partner, a collaborator, that we create with, that we evolve alongside? The choices we're making right now, today, are pushing us down one of those paths. And making those choices means we have to face some massive ethical questions, like how do we stop these AIs from learning all of the same biases that are baked into our own history? What about data privacy when these systems need our data to even work? And jobs. What happens when AI can do a huge number of them? And maybe the scariest one, when a self-driving car or a medical AI makes a life-or-death mistake, who's to blame? These are not just tech problems for nerds to solve. These are questions for our entire society. Which brings this whole conversation right back to you. Because these huge questions, they aren't just for some engineers in a lab somewhere. They're for all of us. This is the point where we have to stop being just spectators watching this all unfold and start being active participants in figuring out where it goes. And that brings us full circle, right back to that core idea of AI literacy. Look, getting a grasp on this stuff isn't just a hobby for tech nerds anymore. It is the new baseline. It's what you need to know to be an informed citizen, to even have a voice in the conversation about the kind of world we're building. The AI pioneer Marvin Minsky once asked this amazing question. He said, the real question isn't if machines can have emotions, but whether they can be truly intelligent without them. And it forces you to look inward, doesn't it? As we're trying to build these artificial minds, we can't help but ask new questions about our own. Like, what does it actually mean to be smart? To really understand something? To create? And that's really where this leaves us. Because in the end, AI isn't just a technology we're building. It's a mirror. It reflects everything about us. Our data, sure.